Steam.
What's up, YouTube viewers? This is Runningmanosk bringing you live Twitch media from SofStudios. We are going to be posting this in the next 20 minutes, so I'm going to let you guys listen in and hope you guys enjoy. Leave your comments at the bottom. This is live coming from SofStudios. We await David Troy Sears in talking about the game H-Hour coming in January 2015. Please enjoy.
Out a lot through the gaming side of things, and that's Greg Goodrich. He's continued to mentor me and coach me through some of these things, and I couldn't ask for a better guy to get me in front of the right people to make this vision happen. If I didn't mention you, I'm fixing to do it in one big swell swoop here. To everybody, the 2,772 Kickstarter backers, if you're out there listening, thank you for your support. We have close to 4,000 Twitter followers right now. And again, if you're one of those guys, spread the word. We appreciate every time you tweet about us and talk about us and get the word out. Currently, we have over 6,360 registered users on our forums. You guys are active and involved. We appreciate every single thing you're telling us. We're trying to listen as much as we can. For the 5,483 Facebook likes, if you shared a comment or liked us or whatever, we appreciate everything you've done for us. And we can't get to where we're at today without that type of push as an indie studio we need the most. So if I forgot about you anywhere up front, I'm sure I caught you down here in the bottom with spreading the word. Also, I want to thank our military. The folks allow us to do this every day, and I really appreciate that. Then the last question, I guess I'll take one question that I read. Hey, where's the funding? The funding comes when we get the right person. We do have people that are talking to us that are interested in what we're doing. And again, it goes back to everything you guys are saying. But we are right where we're supposed to be. Our proof concept's complete. We've put it out on Steam. And now we are ready to sit down and deliver a finished product for the folks out there that are wanting to see an amazing studio bring a concept to life. So to answer your question, we are talking to folks. We need to make sure it's the right folks because regardless of the amount of money that comes here, it has to be complete because the game is what it is. We know how to make it. You guys are saying it loud and clear. But we just have to make sure that whoever comes in to support us financially understand that it's just not about SofStudios. It's about every gamer that's picking up that console controller wanting to play it for us. We want them to get that experience that they had back in the day. So thanks for your patience on that. People are interested. Keep spreading the word and stay in the fight.
There you go. Thank you very much, Tom. President of SofStudios. And I can assure you, and I want to say thanks to him because, as a development team, we've sat here every day. Not only is he a good friend, a good leader, but he's in the trenches and he gets his hands dirty and he stuffs envelopes and I've seen him personally carry loads of swag down the stairs and stick it in the mail truck himself. So he leads by example and is a good guy to have in charge. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
All right, we're going to be bringing in the rest of the dev team if we can get them in here. And I want to thank Kristen and James and everybody who helped with the logistics of this whole thing, putting this together. We're going to introduce our special guest. We had a couple of special guests planned, but we ended up short a few special guests. But we'll see if we can work them in as the hour goes along. I don't even know how to address everybody here. First of all, you guys know who this gentleman is to my left. This is, of course, the creative director, and he is Brother Nature. He is the, I don't know, your Goldfinger to my odd job. Was he Goldfinger? No, I don't know. Who cares?
Something Bond.
But anyway, he is David Sears. To his left, his immediate left, is programmer Kevin D'Aristino. I don't know if have we come up with a name for him yet?
No, still working on the call sign.
Still working on the call sign for Kevin. And behind us here, he says he's gonna draw out his answers and responses on a chalkboard. But anyway, it's Jake. He models everything from. So far, he's got a car, he's got a bike, he's done bottles, he's done everything. But anyway, here's the staff joining us via Skype. Let me get to her. She's an amazing composer, I'm a musician, songwriter too, and barely visible in the shadow that she creates with her body of work. She's worked on, I mean, I can see here, Gears of War. You've heard her stuff on Prince of Persia, Forgotten Sands, numerous films and TV projects. And of course, now she's working on Each Hour Worlds Elite. We've heard some of her stuff already if you've been watching some of the trailers and everything. It's Pinta Corneva. Pinta, thank you very much for taking the time and joining us today. Well, it's a thrill for us, and again, we have the distinct honor of hearing your work early, but especially for the game, and everything I've heard has been spectacular. And but let's get this thing moving. We will definitely talk about music, and we will talk about some of the other things. David, here we sit, man, and we are 7 months into this thing.
Has it just been 7 months?
It's just been 7 months. Some people said it was improbable. Some people said it was impossible. And yet, here we are. What are the challenges? I mean, what are the challenges? People out there may not have a clue what we've had to go through, or what the studio and everybody involved. What are the challenges that we face when you're doing something like this with a limited budget, limited time, all that stuff?
Well, probably the number one challenge is you have no budget. I mean, we did raise money thanks to our Kickstarter backers, but it's making what looks and plays like a AAA shooter is incredibly expensive, even if you're successful at an indie studio like we were. I mean, basically our spend was between $3 to $5. The effect was $3 to $5 for every dollar we raised, because we cut out a lot of bureaucracy and studio politics and unnecessary rework, because we knew what we wanted to make, and everyone was very, very skilled. But you can't make a lot of mistakes because there is no do-over, and there's certainly no cushion. So the number one challenge, then, I would say, is embracing your fear of catastrophic failure, and then just running with it, which is what we did.
Well, you talk about fear. When I first got here, and people should know, I won't give you my full bio here, but when I first got here, I never worked on it. I'd worked in the gaming industry and blah, 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 but I'd never worked as a developer. And when I got here, I kind of shadowed David for the first week or so, and mainly because I wanted to learn, mainly because I wanted to feel like I wanted some degree of comfort. And I remember, and I still have this, I wanted to share with everybody some of the Post-it notes and some of the things that I've collected over the last 7 months. But you gave me 3 rules. And first off, you told me there is no magic. The second one, and I think that's what we're talking about now, is if you're not terrified, you're not doing it right. And the third one that I remember off the top of my head is this stuff takes a long time. So far, all of those things have proven to be true. It's almost as if you know what you're talking about.
Yes, it's I'm living the Cassandra complex in many, many ways.
Now, Kevin Kevin is a guy, and I would tell you my story when I first started interacting with David or Kevin. I thought, well, how cute. Here's this 25-year-old kid, and he's going to be a noob like me. I was happy because I felt like, okay, well, I'm not going to be the only noob in the studio. And then we were having lunch for the first time, and all of a sudden, all of a sudden, he tells me that he's shipped 2 games. So it's amazing the talent that you pulled together. Now you've had Russ Phillips, art director Russ Phillips. He was going to try to join us today. What happened?
I don't know. He lives in Seattle. Anything could happen.
Okay, but how important was that moving forward? Having Russ involved with this?
Well, that's another. I mean, with a few notable exceptions, like Kevin and.
Please stand by as we are experiencing major technical difficulties. Let's see what the people on the forum are saying.
Imagine premium espresso with frothy milk and hot cocoa.
Yeah.
With a layer of delicious chocolate whipped topping, a dreamy whipped topping, and a chocolatey drizzle. Now stop imagining and start enjoying.
I would love to have one of those after playing a game of H-Hour.
That. I'll take that.
Don't dream about it for too long. Tim Hortons' new chocolate dream latte is only here for a limited time.
And it looks like we are back. Sorry about that. Like I said, we are live.
Wow, this looks really good, and I'm sure the other guys feel the same way too.
Well, yeah, I think it looks good. What you can't really tell is, how insanely addictive it is. We regularly have to capture video for different projects, and it quickly degenerates into us just shooting each other for fun, because it is fun. It's still fun, and it does feel very true to what we set out to do.
And I guess that's the whole point of this. Here we are 7 months later, and again, people said you couldn't do it with the budget, you couldn't do it with the team, you couldn't do it with the assets, but you haven't done it. And the most exciting thing so far for me are the 2 play tests.
Yeah, those were fun. Very life-affirming, actually. As developers, you're always nervous when you present your work to the world for the first time. And this was a small subset of the world, but these guys had pretty high expectations.
Hey!
Even showing us a pre-alpha version, it had that addictive gameplay appeal that we were going for. So,
if you're just tuning in, we just experienced some technical difficulties. We are back. This is David Troy Sears speaking about the developing of the game H-Hour. So let's just tune in and listen to what he has to say.
So,
thank you for watching.
Yeah, I mean, going back to those early playtests, we were able to, because we're a small and agile team, we were able to incorporate just about all of their very insightful suggestions and all the many, many, many bugs they found. And a special shout out to Turbin at the same time. He's been in the shadows playtesting builds every couple of weeks, and he found a bunch of stuff for us, him and his cohorts. And we've managed to address those issues, probably everything that's possible within the time and budget we had.
When you're working on a AAA timeline, what's the difference? What the scale of playtesting? How much larger is it?
Well, it really depends on the publisher, but a lot of times you see their tendency to sort of put tests in a box somewhere in a basement or in a really big hot closet. For me, having been through a lot of focus tests and watching playtests behind a glass window, It always felt sort of arbitrary and artificial. This time, I was able to talk directly to everyone who was playing. And it's my personal philosophy that tests should be embedded in the team, as much as possible. At the same time, take a step even further back, all of our backers and our forum participants have been very vocal, and for the most part, very lucid and cogent about, their critique of what we're working on. And that's very different too. I mean, unless someone leaks a video or code from your AAA company, the public doesn't get a chance to respond that often. I mean, this is the AAA publishers. There's sort of an Irish curtain around what you can show. So we've had really several tiers of playtesting. People actually playing the game for real, in person in the studio, and people who are sort of virtually playtesting and theorizing, how the game would feel and behave if they actually could play it on the machine.
Guys, this video is cut now. We're going to cut it. We're going to stop fucking doing the whole thing. Let's go like making out for this gosh. We talked to these guys. We had no video.
Hey guys, this is Tom at the studio. Right now, we're looking at the video coming in and out. Earlier today, we had some issues with the weather here in North Carolina, and I'm not sure if it's cutting in the audio and some other things here. So what I'd like to do, if it's okay with everybody watching, is that we set up another time to do this with some better weather, and obviously, we have a good connection, but it's not our fault at this point because the lights are going on and off and all those things. So I'd like to set up another time to where it's clearer and we get everything across so it's not so choppy. Is that okay with everybody else?
Yes, sir.
They're saying blame the weather.
Yeah, it's
Or it's a combination of the weather and other things, but yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, guys, we're going to reschedule. We'll take a look ahead. It'll be in the next couple of days here, I believe, and we'll get the audio and video straight, and we'll start a little bit fresher and new.
The fans are freaking out.
Thanks, guys.
Sorry.
Thank you for your support, ladies and gentlemen.
We will support you anyways, David. So there you have it. Like I said, guys, it's okay. We support you all the way. We will keep in touch with them. And then until next time, I'm Running Man, and I'm out.